with the money, he bought a new Mercedes, and then he used that in the rap video that he filmed, which we'll leave a link in the description because it is fucking awful.
Yeah,
but that's what he did with the money.
But I was very surprised by that when you showed me that. I was like, that is not quite right. When you showed me that, I was like, wow. And that's not helping the cause. Like, that is not helping the cause. Like, that is just adding fuel to the, what do they call it? Fake news or whatever. That is just adding fuel to the fire. That's not helping the cause.
Yeah.
If you're making crap up, it's just like what we were talking about. We were talking about, I think, I can't remember who the hell we were talking about. We were talking about, Woody Allen and Harvey Weinstein. If you have not been sexually assaulted, but you come out and say that you were, you're not helping the cause. Like, you are hurting the cause. You are discrediting people who are real victims.
Right.
And in this situation, Deandre Harris, he's saying, I was just innocent. I was getting the shit kicked out of me. Like, come on, you're not Emmett fucking Till.
Right.
You were not a little boy that got crucified, almost literally. You did not get lynched. What happened was you were at a protest. You and your friends, you were burning flags. And, like, fuck the Confederates. Honestly, like, how I feel is you have a Confederate flag in your fucking, like, pickup truck, because I know you own a pickup truck.
Truck nuts swinging off the back of the bumper.
Right, like, you have that fucking Confederate flag. You are waving the flag of a bunch of fucking sore losers. And that's what the Confederate flag is, in my opinion. You're a bunch of fucking sore losers. You're mad you lost the Civil War. It's not pride. It has no, I'm not even mad about prejudice. It has nothing to do with that. You're a bunch of fucking sore losers. You're just whining about the fact that you lost and you're waving the flag. But at the same time, I would not go into a protest and, like, start stealing Confederate flags and burning them and then bop someone on the head with a mag light and think that nothing's going to happen. Of course a fight is going to break out. Of course, you know, I wouldn't think, you don't hit someone and think you're not going to get hit back.
Right. Especially with a group of people. I mean, you know. Just in general, that's something my mother taught me. Like, we could get into all kinds of different issues about, like, hitting women or whatever. My mother always taught me growing up, she told me, Kathleen, don't ever hit someone and think they're not going to hit you back. Whether it's a man, whether it's a woman, I don't care who it is, don't hit someone and think that you're not going to get hit back. He should not have whacked that guy on the head. And, you know, like, here's the thing, you know, it's like if I went to a Black Lives Matter protest, all right, and wearing a fuck Michael Brown t-shirt, you know what I mean, and then fucking judo chop some fucking 45-year-old man, like, I would fully expect to get my fucking ass kicked. And you know what? I wouldn't be out fucking crying, but I just don't even know what happened. I was just minding my own business. I was listening to the Spice Girls, and Dante came out of nowhere and hit me with a club. Like, that's just not gonna happen. Like, I understand, and you gotta understand the environment that you're in. First of all, like, it's not, and it's a protest that shit. You know, shit's gonna pop off. Like, you got a bunch of fucking neo-Nazi white supremacists. Like, you got to know, like, I'm too black for those protests. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go there, they're going to look at me a little crazy. Like, you got to know your environment. But for the media, like, the Young Turks, you guys are the biggest bullshit fucking stupid media outlet ever. All you do is try to further your own fucking agenda, which is bullshit, okay? Like, left wing, right wing, I don't give a fuck. I just want to know the news, how it is, what is it, make my own decision. But they had the same take that I had, the same take.
Yeah. And
they're trying to shade it like it didn't happen that way. Like, they're honestly like, well, you know, they even said, he almost got lynched. Like, no, he didn't. He got hit with a fucking 2x4, and he got the shit kicked out of him. That mag light that he hit that fucking old man, and he's 20 years old. The guy that he hit is an old man, like, comparatively.
Yeah.
He hit him with a fucking mag light. Those things are heavy. Like, you
They're
can
heavy.
crush
No,
somebody's skull with that.
They're very
So,
heavy.
let's call it what it is, okay? It was not an unjust beatdown. Take the reason why people would, the reason it's so uncomfortable for people to talk about is because the fact that he's black and they're white nationalists, okay? So obviously,
no one wants
they don't
to
play
side
for
with Nazis.
Yeah, they don't play for the same team.
No.
I don't support that shit either. I think it's disgusting. But at the same time, take that out of it, okay? That's how you can be really objective, okay? If you take left, right out, take fucking white, black out. Did he deserve to get his ass kicked? Yes, he fucking did.
Right. Yeah, and I think you can't take all of the context out, but at the same time, he is presenting himself as, I was just peacefully protesting.
Yeah.
And I was completely on his side. I
was too.
horrible for him. Yeah, you were too, which is like surprising to me because you're not on anyone's side. I was very much on his side, and then I saw the whole video that you had showed me, and I was like, he started a fight. Like, someone could have gotten killed. Like, he almost started a riot. Like, you can't just walk around like little rabbit foo-foo walking through the forest, scooping up the field mice and bopping them on the head. Like, you can't just walk around doing that. Like, you can't just go to you can't, as disgusting as I think it is, if people fly the Nazi flag or the Confederate flag, which again, I think they're a bunch of fucking sore losers. I think I have a lot of opinions about it that I don't need to say right now. You can't just rip flags out of people's hands, burn them, and then bop someone on the head and with a fucking mag light. You can't just bop someone on the head and then think that a fight is not going to break out and you're not going to get your ass kicked.
Right. And just the portrayal of it and how it's not only did Deandre Harris use that, he used people with soft hearts, to raise all all that
Soft hearts.
Soft hearts. I mean, people who care, they care about the kid, even though his original goal, like, his medical bills couldn't have been more than like $10,000.
No, not even. And you know what? Do you know how many medical bills I have had that I haven't paid? Hey, Hartford Hospital, you're never going to get your money back. I'm sorry, but I'm not paying it. Come find me.
But if he spent all that money and did what he did, he used race relations in this country to get a windfall, to win the lottery, essentially.
Yeah.
That's the shit. I'll take a beat down. Like, give me $166,000. I'll go to Black Lives Matter protest right now. You fuck me up, right? Like, I'll put like one of those old school like Civil War like bandages wrapped around my head, like I get hit with a fucking cannonball. And I'll just be like,
isn't this the thing though? Is that like you said, the media right now? There's a lot of tension. This is something that gets ratings, and this is something that gets attention. I think there are plenty of things, like, this is not something to get into now necessarily, but, like, there were, like, 2 black women who were, like, strip searched and cavity searched by the side of the road. Nobody gives a shit about that, because that's not going to make ratings. No one is bringing that up. Like, no one is like, oh yeah, this black girl got, like, cavity searched by the side of the road because she had some weed on her. No one really gives a shit about that.
Did they find the weed in her vagina?
No. But, no, they didn't. And, but the officers involved, one of them was, like, relieved of duty, I think, and the other one is still on duty. I think the man was fired. The woman was not fired.
That's sexist. She was probably the one with her fingers in the vagina anyways. If anything, they bullshit got canned.
I completely agree. I fucking hate the police. Like, and if you're a cop watching this, or if you're from a cop family, then I take back nothing that I said. Fuck the police coming straight out of Compton. You can go fuck yourselves. But this is a story that you can sell, like him getting beaten the shit. The media, my point is, I digressed. My point is, the media is making things more divided. It sells it sells. Like ratings are money. It fucking sells. And it's really ridiculous when you get down to it. It's kind of ridiculous. Like you're creating tension. You're creating more tension. You're creating something that, race riots can and will happen. I wouldn't be surprised if there are more things that are going to happen as time goes on, because people feel threatened, people feel afraid, people feel divided. There's plenty of stories to get mad about, but this one was just bullshit, which I didn't realize until you showed me the full video.
So essentially, I think what's important is that, don't just take things at face value. Don't be a sheep, all right? Look into things. Get it from 2 or 3 different sources. But before you back a horse, make sure you know what you're racing for, because the line is blurred so often, and we're divided as a country on so many things. We really don't need anything more to be divided on. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.